Howdy, folks. Are you in a war for your life? Let's test it. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Test Press. My name is Brylan May, and today we have a super special guest. She is a solo artist, a vocalist, multi-talented human being over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Izzy T. Woo!
Where am I looking?
Anywhere, everywhere. How's it going? How are you doing today?
I'm good. Looking forward to talking some bollocks.
Yeah, talking symbolics. So if the audience can't tell by that sentence alone, you are not from here. Is that correct?
No, I'm an alien.
Yeah, you're from across the pond, as they say. Jolly old England.
Jolly old England.
And I actually was able to, using some music sort of math or deduction, I was able to figure out roughly what area you're from.
You were, and I was very impressed by that because not a lot of people here can differentiate because, I don't know, a lot of people here think that everyone in England talks like the Queen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got it, you were like 90% there straight off. You were like, Sheffield? And I was like, oh, not quite.
Yeah.
Hull.
Yeah, I deduced that from, I don't know if anyone listening has ever heard Alex Turner of the Arctic Monkeys. We're big Arctic Monkeys fans here. He's from Sheffield, and he talks or at least a very similar accent to Izzy. So that's how I was able to deduce that. Well, actually, before we get into all that,
I know what you're going to say.
We had a bit of breaking news in Izzy T's world last night. So a guy followed you and your friend into Denny's and confessed his love for you. Is that relatively accurate?
I mean, I can't blame him. I'm fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, who's not? But
like, so me and my mate Kyla went to the Wilton to see this amazing comedian. Had a great night, and we're walking out the Wilton, and I'm like, hey, do you fancy just sitting down somewhere and just catching up? And there's this bench outside of Denny's. Kyla looks over my shoulder and she says, Izzy, there's this guy that is really giving me the creeps right now. And I'm like, what?
You're like, what? What's going on? Yeah.
I'll look behind me, and then there's this guy just looking like this.
Oh my God.
Like,
Can you give that to the camera? That gets...
Okay, serious.
Oh my God. You just gave 30 of our viewers a heart attack.
But you know when you can see all the white in someone's eye.
Oh yeah, there's a big problem.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the hell is this dude's problem? And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, he just stayed there and continued, and then tried to speak to us, but in a very kind of predatory way. And I felt myself and my friend start to kind of like shrink. You know when you start to crumble because it's just so uncomfortable. And then I thought, no, we shouldn't be the ones feeling uncomfortable. He should be the one feeling uncomfortable right now.
For being weird as hell in a Denny's.
So I got up from this bench and I'm like, look, you're going to have to leave because this, like, you cannot treat us this. You can't just stand and stare at someone and harass us like this.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but I love you.
Oh my God.
And I was like, look, I understand. I don't blame you, but you need to leave.
Right.
And he wouldn't. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go into Denny's. And then we walk in and he follows us. And thankfully the Denny's staff stepped in and told this guy to get out before I hurt him and became a felon.
Right.
And he continued to stand outside and just stare. Like, I started filming, like, bro, I'm filming you right now.
Right.
And some people, it'll make them stop because they'll have some self-awareness. But then if you get a guy like I had, he had zero self-awareness.
You know, I mean, that would give me the creeps as well. That's
some girls that are just coming out of high school and they're getting creeps like that following them home. They might be walking on their own. They might be in an area where there's no public place where they can go inside and feel safe.
Right.
So that's that's why I wrote Crime Scene, and I'm incredibly vocal about women's rights and women's safety. I mean, everybody deserves to feel safe.
Yeah,
it's just the
of course,
bare
yeah.
necessity.
Yeah, it's like the least
yeah.
a society can do is make sure everyone
Yeah.
feels safe in public and in their own homes. No one should ever be afraid of, just existing. Of course, you just mentioned your most recent single, Crime Scene, just came out 2 weeks ago, I believe. We're going to talk about that later in the show, of course. But that was a good segue back to you being from the UK. How long have you been in America, as you guys would say?
Yeah, so I love the way you just said America.
America, yeah.
Do I say it like that?
A little bit. I think most British people, that's like my favorite pronunciation of you guys. You guys will sometimes turn an A into an ER.
My husband said that I do that.
Yeah, so just say America.
Oh God, I do. I must do if you heard it as well. Yeah. America.
Okay, well now I feel like they're conscious of it. But anyway, sorry. How long have you been in America?
Since May last year. Yeah.
Oh wow, so very recent.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I had thought you had been here for a bit.
No.
Wow.
May last year. It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You just moved here basically a year ago. Not even technically, like 11 months technically. I guess what was your sort of first impression of LA, and how has that changed, if at all, in the 11 months of you, almost a year of you being here?
I came in a very transformative time for America. Lots happening, lots of transitions.
Yeah. Yeah, to say the least, for sure.
To say the least. And it's been crazy. I've always had this fascination with America and LA because of the music that I grew up listening to, because of the films I grew up watching. And yeah, the interest has always been there.
So you were sort of that person that kind of idolized America in a way, almost, or maybe a better word is romanticized it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to Lenny Kravitz, Christina Aguilera, Michael Jackson, Pink, Destiny's Child, Paramore, Green Day.
I love
Blink.
Paramore is one of my favorite bands of all time. Blink, another one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, all those artists. I mean, obviously, like UK and European artists as well, like Bullet for My Valentine and
Love Bullet. They're good.
Yeah,
Tears Don't Fall. One of the best songs of all time.
Yeah, The Poison was an incredible album. And yeah, obviously Arctic Monkeys and one of my favorite bands is Bring Me the Horizon.
Dude, they're also Sheffield boys, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Sheffield.
Yeah, or around
Northern
that
Massive.
area. Yeah. Hey, a lot of great musicians have come out of Northern England, it seems like.
Yes, they
have. Now, forgive my ignorance. Where is Liverpool? That's south, right?
Not exactly. It's more north.
Okay.
They kind of speak like fucking hell.
Yeah, fucking Steven Gerrard. Fucking hell. See, I told you I know my regional accents. And they all love Steven Gerrard because Liverpool legend, of course.
Sorry to cut, but I was I get that a lot here. I'll be doing some the other day I was entering a venue. I was entering the Wilton.
Oh, wow.
Because the first night I went to the Wilton, I went to watch this comedian, Mo Amer. And then the second night, one of my friends called me and she was like, hey, Arch Enemy are performing. Do you fancy, I've got a spare ticket.
Ooh.
And I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah. I didn't know that show was happening. I would have gone for sure.
Yeah. Neither did I, but I got called last minute, so I was like, yeah, wicked. And as I was going through security, they obviously heard me talk, and then the guy who checked my bag and stuff was like, cheerio, pop, pop.
Dude, you have no idea the excitement that Americans get when we encounter a British person, because it's just like, I'm gonna say cheerio or governor. like literally we almost have to start like moving because the energy just builds up. Like I get to do the voice.
Oh, believe me, I do. I was booking a rehearsal studio and then I was spelling out my like my name, and then I said and H, and then the guy on the phone was like H for Harry Potter.
that was just an amazing joke. Wow. Good one. H for Harry Potter. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Americans, we're a very cringy bunch we don't interact well with other types, like people from other places, because
I mean, you guys, like a lot of you don't even have passports. So I get it. And
yeah.
So answer your question, when I first came here, that was one of the things that I noticed. Most of America don't have passports, or
I don't have a passport. Actually,
I haven't left the country, and I was like, what? I was speaking about it with my husband, and he said, Izzy, think about it. We have rivers, we have mountains, we have beaches, we have different time zones. We have a lot in America.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I kind of got it after that, but still, I think that one of the best things you can do in life is travel.
100%.
Just for your education, you know? Yeah,
that's the thing. Is like, in terms of landscapes, we have everything you can imagine here, but the real beauty of traveling is experiencing other cultures and people. It's not, a beach at the end of the day is a beach for the most part.
100%. But what I do love about Americans, dude, you guys just have this drive, this positivity, you're really ambitious people. If you want to do something, you just do it. A lot of Europeans, especially British, have this mindset of, don't be ridiculous.
Right. Like,
you're meant to be humble.
I can't do that. Yeah.
You're meant to be humble. Don't dream too big. It's not going to do you any favors. You're going to look ridiculous. That's kind of terrible, honestly.
Yeah. Jesus.
Apparently, London is one of the most depressing places to live. Can you believe that?
I can, actually, because it rains all the time, and everyone's teeth are fucked up. No, I'm kidding. That was a horrible joke. I'm sorry if there's any English viewers. I apologize. It was just a joke.
It wasn't, though. It was accurate. Bro. Like, no, it's so accurate. I'm supposed to have Invisaligns. I had a dentist back in London that I paid like $3,000 for, but then I moved here. So I was like, oh, well, that's out the window.
Yeah, and here it's probably like $10,000, so.
Yeah, wow. But you guys have really good teeth. Even the really ugly people have great teeth.
That's going to be a clip for sure. No, I agree. That is one thing that the rest of the world, like Americans, obsess about their teeth. Like even people families that don't have a lot of money will take out loans so their kids can have good teeth. Like we care about it. It's honestly, it's like one of the most important like beauty standard things to Americans is like perfect teeth.
I mean, it makes sense, dude, because when you smile, it's the first thing that you see on a person. Yeah. And teeth make a big difference. You can be Angelina Jolie, but if you have a missing fucking front tooth, then you go from Angelina Jolie to, I don't know, Shrek in a split second.
Yeah. Well, I think you have great teeth, if it's any consolation.
Thank you.
Anyway, about England, a lot of differences, of course. Is there anything, if you had to pick, like, what's the thing that you miss the most about England? Could be food, something cultural, could be literally anything.
Family and friends to start, for sure.
Sure.
I miss my mom, my brother, my dad. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, guys.
I'm on a podcast.
She'll never see this, let's be honest.
Oh, no, she will.
Oh, really?
No,
your parents, like...
Middle Eastern mums get up in your shit every time. Like, anything that I upload, I'll get a phone call. Isabel, what is this? People hearing you swear. Why can't you sing love songs like Rihanna?
Has she actually said that before?
That's more awesome. Than once.
Why can't you be more like Rihanna?
And you're swearing.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You do like to drop a nice F-bomb, I've noticed in your songs. I love it. I love to cuss. This is a pro cursing podcast. But that is very funny that your mom is like, what is all this swearing about?
Oh,
Stop.
Anything that I do that she doesn't like, I'm expecting a phone call straight away. My mum is from Iran, so half Iranian, because my dad is from England. And yeah, it's funny, the difference.
I'm also
the
mixed. Can you guess with what? This is, Dustin, this is going to be a reoccurring game on the test press. Guess what races I am? All right, what are your guesses?
Mexican.
No. Hey, that was straight away. No, I'm half black and half white.
Fuck off.
I swear, yeah, people don't believe me, but I am. My father is 100% African American. Yeah.
You don't look mixed at all. You look...
I know.
Yeah.
During the summer, and my hair is very curly when it grows out.
Yeah.
And then during the summer, I get very tan. So people can tell then. But yeah, right now, no one...
Dude, I've seen snow with more of a tan than you.
I'm not that pale. I'm pretty, I don't know. What do you think, viewers? Am I as pale as snow? My mom is very pale.
Okay.
And my dad is pretty light skinned.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that explains it. He wasn't super dark.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's,
I never would have guessed that about you.
I know, yeah, very few people do, honestly. So it's a fun game I like to play of guess what race I am. So we talked a little bit about your background in terms of where you're from. So I'd like to get into a little bit about your musical background. So you said you named several bands. Green Day, I know, is a big one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Blink, of course. Did you ever mess with Fall Out Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. They're one of my favorite bands.
They, it was either Fall Out Boy or Bullet for My Valentine. That was my first gig. It was either Fall Out or Bullet. And
then also in terms of pop, Christina Aguilera is a huge influence as well.
Yeah, massive.
Do you have any particular projects in terms of albums or even specific songs that are the most influential to the Izzy T sound?
My dad used to play the records a lot. Michael Jackson Bad and Queen.
Of course.
Yeah. And Christina Aguilera Stripped. Because, yeah, when I was listening to that a lot in secondary school. Well, you call it high school.
Mm-hmm.
And those were my most transformative years. And I was bullied a lot as a kid, very uncomfortable in my own skin. I was basically this like half white, half Persian little girl with big frizzy hair, big eyebrows, braces, glasses. I was given the lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was bullied terribly. I used to fake, being sick so that my mom could come and pick me up and I could go home. I just hated it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And, but it forced me to be creative. And from that came a lot of pain that would become poems. Those poems became lyrics. And then to accompany those lyrics, I started learning guitar. So everything happens for a reason, and you've just got to embrace the journey. And as cheesy as that sounds, it's so true. You can't.
No, it is.
Yeah, you can't wish your past never happened, because it's literally the bricks that made you. Years ago, I was a completely different girl. But then as I left school, and the only way I knew how to make money was from singing. So I really had to just boot off the insecurities and be like, nah, I've got to do my shit now and make money. And started performing in pubs. And then my confidence just grew. But yeah, it literally came from the need to make money.
Yeah, so you were like, I literally have to become more of a badass to make money.
I have to make a living. Yeah, I feel like Christina Aguilera Stripped really inspired me emotionally, you know? The other records really inspired me musically with what kind of sounds I liked and the styles, but then what Christina Aguilera was saying in her songs, it was really speaking to young girls, to young women. And so thank you, Christina.
Yeah. And that's obviously,
yeah.
we're going to get into that later, but that's a big theme of your music as well, is empowering, especially women, but, you know, just the downtrodden in general, people that maybe don't have a voice or don't have a big enough of a voice. That seems to be a very important thing for you with your art. We talked, obviously, those are your influences. Is Christina Aguilera a big vocal influence in terms of your vocal style?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, I hear that quite a lot when I listen to your music. I hear a lot of Christina in there.
No, she was definitely a vocal influence, and very influential to my lyrics as well, because they're very honest and they're very heartfelt. They speak to people. They'll either empower the fuck out of you or make you want to cry and rethink your life.
Yeah.
I remember in school, right? I think you call it elementary school when it's just before high school.
No, before high school is middle school.
Oh, middle school. Okay.
And then we have middle school is from like 11 to 13. High school is from like 13 to 18. Okay. Well, or 14, depending on when you're born.
In middle school, there was this talent show, and me and some friends. So Christina Aguilera, Dirty, had come out. And you know, when you're younger, you don't understand what the lyrics mean and stuff. It's just a cool melody and a cool song. So we performed Dirty at the school at the school talent show.
Did they allow that to happen?
Yes, they did. I was born in Hull. What do you expect?
Oh yeah.
In Hull, anything goes.
That's true. Anything goes in the hole. Yeah. That was such a stupid joke. I'm going to cut that out.
I think I was in the hole. Yeah. So we performed Dirty by Christina Aguilera. And I remember hearing that famous vocal riff. And
damn,
I thought,
you fucking nailed that, by the way. That was impressive.
But I thought, I want to do that for real. And yeah, obviously, like, my voice is shot today because I was giving a vocal lesson and my allergies. But yeah, I started practicing that, and then I started belting that. And then,
I mean, that sounded pretty fucking good to me.
Thank you.
But
and then through that, I started just making up my own little riffs that I'd incorporate in my own songs.
Obviously, there's a lot of older artists or artists that have been around for a while. Who are some contemporary artists that you draw inspiration from? Or, you know, if it helps you to answer, you know, what are some of your favorite albums of the last decade or so?
I think that Billie Eilish is one of the most interesting pop artists around at the minute.
Yeah.
The most unique, most interesting pop artists.
I agree.
I really like Sleep Token.
You heard their latest single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick to me. Da, da,
yeah.
Da,
and the one before that, Emergence, was crazy.
I think Emergence is my favorite at the minute.
I agree, yeah. People hate Sleep Token.
What?
Have you never seen this? Oh, people like despise them.
Why?
They say that it's fake metal and that they're just like the internet just decided, like the music internet just decided Sleep Token is awful. And like, if you say you like Sleep Token, like, you will legit get harassed online.
Really?
Oh yeah, people say
fucking
like
bring it.
Yeah, like you're a fucking idiot, like you have horrible taste, fuck you. Yeah.
Never knew that. But the internet's dumb though.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't, don't listen to any of these like, 19-year-old virgins who are talking about how Sleep Token sucks.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's because this happened to Bring Me the Horizon when they started switching up their production, making it more interesting, because they, it started to get a little bit repetitive. And of course, as a good creative, a good artist will always try and find a way to move with the times whilst still staying true to who they are. And Bring Me the Horizon did that beautifully.
Oh, for sure.
Their production is amazing. And that's basically what Sleep Token are doing. They're creating something different by blending those genres.
Fans of metal specifically don't want metal to be successful. Like,
wow, yeah.
Genuinely, their ideal metal band
The
is
starving artist.
right, yeah, is like playing to 300 people in a basement. Like that's what they genuinely, or, Metallica, Megadeth, like those. Basically, they want metal to be the exact same as it was in the 70s and 80s and never change. Anything that makes it more accessible or, like I don't know if you know the band Ghost.
Yes. Yeah.
They hate Ghost too for that reason that like, oh, it's too catchy. This is basically pop music. And it's literally just comes down to like, oh, this is successful, so I hate it. And it's such a horrible, toxic way to think. Like
it's a really toxic way to think.
You should want the genre to grow and be happy that, because when people listen to that stuff, then they go digging for the heavier stuff and like, oh, like there's tons of people that started with Bring Me the Horizon and now love, Behemoth and those like ultra heavy bands that started on, those more like gateway metal kind of acts.
Yeah, no, that's very, very interesting, but very true. Yeah, a lot of people, as soon as a metal band starts switching up their sound, In This Moment did it. Well, actually, In This Moment actually got heavier, but their aesthetic and they started having a more theatrical kind of thing, which made them more popular because it was different.
So we talked about your upbringing and some of your biggest inspirations. How would you like to play a little game?
This is how horror movies start, bro.
like you like chains come out of your chair. Would you like to play a game?
You nailed that.
Oh, thank you.
That's exactly how it sounds.
No, this is not a jigsaw type of game. This is a very non-crime game. It's called May I Have a Word? And you
very
probably,
British saying.
Huh?
Very British saying. May I have a word?
May I have a word with you, please? I assume you know you're in music pretty well, but can you guess the song from just getting one word at a time in the lyrics?
Let's do it.
We'll see if you can do it. So how this will work, I have 4 of your songs. I picked words. They'll get increasingly, it'll start with, so just the first word is going to be the most difficult. And then obviously by word 5, that should be easier to have them all. So if you get on the first one, you get 5 points. The second one, 4 points, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And these are my songs.
Yes, they're your songs. Oh. You wrote these. So you should have all that knowledge somewhere in your head. And the catch is, though, you only have one redo for the entire game. So you should before you answer, you have to make sure that you got it, because you only get one mulligan for the whole game.
All right.
After that, if you miss the guess, if you guess too early, 0 points. And if you get at least 13 points, you will win a $25 Guitar Center gift card. So there is real stakes.
Let's go.
All right. Song number 1. The first word is winner. And this is a lyric for the song. So you can either, if you think you know it, you can, take a second. If you think you know it, you can go ahead and guess right now. Or
it's Aim High.
Is that your final answer?
Feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Is that your final answer? Is it?
Yeah.
That is correct. 5 points. That's crazy.
I know my shit. I know my songs.
I should have gotten more. I thought 4 would be kind of not many. Okay. Song number 2. The first word is grow.
Grow. Ooh, that's tougher.
Do you know the word? You can ask for it. You already have 5 points, so grow. Could be a lot of things. Could be talking about plant. Could be talking about a kid. Could be talking about the U.S. trade deficit. Could be talking about a lot of stuff.
This is a song that is out, right?
Yes, these are all songs that are out. Oh.
Is it a song that I did in collaboration with someone else?
I can't answer that.
Oh, balls.
I can't. Balls. I can't answer any more questions. All right. So, okay, you have grow, and then the second word is dust. You have grow and dust.
What am I writing about? Sounds like I'm writing about mold.
Grow, dust.
I don't know. Is
Okay.
it on fuck yourself?
Do you want to lock in that guess, or do you want another word?
So I can't skip. I need to stick on this one.
Yes. Well, you can come back to it if you want and go to the next one. But
I'll go to the next one, then come back.
okay, song number 3. Word number 1 is running.
Oh, this is on fuck yourself.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
No, this is on my mind.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
You have 10 points. You only need 3 more to win the prize.
Okay.
Okay, song number 4. Or do you want to go back to song number 2 first?
We'll go to 4 and then go
Okay.
back to 2.
Song number 4. Oh, wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to eliminate some songs.
Nah, because I have a feeling that it'll come to me.
I think we have to go back to song number 2.
No.
I make the rules here. I'm a
Ooh.
tyrant. Okay, song number 2. We have grow and dust. Do you want, like I said, you only need 3 points to win the prize. So do you want another word?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have grow, dust, and sickness.
Oh, yes, I know it. It's Catch Myself.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
So you already win the prize.
Yay!
Yeah,
Guitar
13
Center, here I
points.
come.
Hey, so you win a $25 Guitar Center gift card. We'll have
Aw.
some celebration music behind this in post.
Yay. Thank you.
So Izzy T, it turns out you can have a word. That was
Love
that was a good game.
that
I
was
like
fun.
one.
That is a good game.
Yeah, I come up with a different game for every podcast. I mean, I'm sure eventually we'll reuse some of them, but I've been trying to keep it pretty fresh. So I like that
Yeah.
one. I probably will do that one again in the future.
I like that one.
Okay, so we talked about your upbringing, your inspirations. We played a game. So now it's time for the part of the show where we are going to deep dive into a couple of your songs, if that sounds good.
Yeah.
The first one that I have is called On My Mind. Let's just listen to it and then we'll talk about it if that sounds good.
Yeah.
Like an itch that I can scratch. Devil sitting on my back. Filling my head with these doubts. More than I can bear to count. Holding on for peace and quiet. Not another fucking riot. Shattered glass inside my skin. I'm cut up from within. All I want is to sleep at night, but these demons only bleed me dry. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind, on my mind, on my mind. All the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time.
We have the hip hop kind of production.
Yeah.
Vocals are just insane.
Nice.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, this was a more pop kind of track for me. So yeah, it was an opportunity to just bring all my influence.
Yeah.
All the riffage. I love building choirs as well.
Oh, for sure. Me too. Oh, the backing vocals, yeah.
Yeah.
That was On My Mind by Izzy T.
I'm so surprised that you picked that one.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes you just forget, because as an artist you're always writing new stuff, and especially now, like, my music is a bit heavier. But yeah, it was really nice to hear that.
Yeah, I try to, obviously we do the most recent release, and then I do one of my personal favorites typically, and of your catalog. I mean, I love a lot of your music. That's probably one of my favorite ones. It's
Wow,
it's just so catchy. I love the I can hear a blues influence in there in terms of the, I don't know, is that an actual guitar or is that a synth?
Yeah, so what we did, because I play guitar, I'm not Jimi Hendrix, but I play guitar, and a lot of the times when I'm writing, I'll think of just a really simple but catchy melody. I'll probably play it on like the bass string of an acoustic guitar, chuck it in Logic, put a bunch of distortion on it, and yeah, I think for this track though, it was a guitarist who came up with the riff, and then I was really inspired by a few bands at that time, the way that their guitar tones, their production, like the Black Keys, the way that in the production, the guitar riff was layered with a synth, and then just layering a guitar riff with a bunch of synths following the melody, and just creating a really
like
thick,
a wall of sound, a very
exactly
thick,
like a wall of fuck off sound. And
that should be the name of your debut album, Wall of Fuck Off Sound. I feel like this kind of production, I typically, just to be brutally honest, I typically find it cheesy, but I think you pull it off in a really great way and sort of elevate it to a different level where I'm not, I think it's obvious when people just have that sound just to like jump on a trend or just to blatantly sound like something else. But for you, I think you can tell that it's real. You know what I mean? And that there's been real care put into the sound selection and how everything fits together. It's not just, I just want to make a Black Keys type song and just throw it in there.
Yeah, for me, it was very much about just creating something that is very obscure, that you don't hear every day on the radio, but it's still loyal to my influences and what I enjoy doing. On My Mind is basically a pop song for me.
The production is a lot more aggressive than I think you would find in a typical pop song.
Yeah.
It's almost mixed and mastered, almost like a metal record.
Yes.
A bit, which I think is very cool.
It was, yeah. I think this song was actually it was mastered by David Notzi.
Okay.
From Mixbus TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've watched his videos.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
So that's why it sounds like it's got heavy bollocks.
Yeah. Heavy bollocks. That's a good album name.
Pop with bollocks.
There you go. Pop with Bollocks by Izzy T. I love it. Yeah, anyway, love the song, love the production on it. And now I'd like to talk about your most recent release, which is Crime Scene. As we said, it's been out for a couple weeks. I believe I actually found you because I think you liked one of the videos that I did with Halo, one of the reels, which Halo's amazing artist.
Her.
She's the best. And I, just kind of went through your profile. I saw you followed me with your profile, and I heard this song, and I was like, wow, this is fucking cool.
Thank you.
And it's once again, it's not like a lot of stuff that you hear, kind of blending pop and rock and a little bit of hip hop as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, speaking of hip hop, actually, before we play the song, do you listen to a lot of hip hop?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are like some of your hip hop influences?
Lately, I've been hearing a lot more of Kendrick, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And just his lyricism.
Oh my God.
He's just such a poet, and I underestimated him massively.
I think he's the best lyricist of all time.
He's great. Like, grew up listening to a lot of Eminem, because Eminem was one of those hip hop artists for me that was just more interesting because he was fusing the rock sounds with hip hop. And Wu-Tang, when I'm in the boxing gym and Wu-Tang comes on, I'm like, let's go.
You're a boxer?
I'm not a boxer, but I like boxing.
Do you think you could beat me up?
100%.
Oh wow. Well, subscribe for the premium content to watch us get into a fist fight.
Gonna throw down.
Oh my God.
Okay, so basically halfway through 2021 to halfway, like a year basically.
Yeah.
I got really depressed, as I mentioned. And I got a therapist, and she said, are you getting any form of, one of the first questions was, are you getting any form of exercise? And I was like, nope.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you're depressed, you just don't want to do anything.
Fuck
it
no.
was honestly hard just getting out of bed a lot of days.
Oh, I understand. Trust me.
Yeah. Like,
it's terrible.
2 hours it would take me, like 2 hours in bed trying to get the will to get out of bed. That was my life for around a year. And then when this therapist asked me, are you doing any form of exercise? I said no. And then I thought, okay, I need to find some way of exercising, but doing it in a fun way that I'll actually commit to.
Speaking of fighting, crime scene, which we have to get to before we run out of time.
Yeah.
Like I said, tremendous track. I love it. Love the video as well.
Thank you.
Which will overlay the video so people can watch along.
It was shot by my husband, Swam Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I basically said, darling, I have this idea and it's going to sound crazy, but I think with you filming it and it's going to be epic. So he was like, okay.
He was like, okay, I guess.
He killed it.
Beautiful. All right. And this is Crime Scene by Izzy T.
A flower in your vase, living for your gaze. When our world get too heavy, cut me down in shame. A body without a face.
Love those opening lines.
Humanize, replace. Doesn't make it easier when you look away. One foot in the grave. You screw someone your daughter's age. Youth served on a plate. Watch your cheeks start to fade.
Yeah, the pen game was strong with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a cohesive story. I love it.
I've been the wife, I'm in a war for my life. You can call me what you like. I'm the stain on your mind. Clean the crime scene is me. Clean the crime scene is me. Such a holy man, doing the devil's plans. You sit and pray sins away with my blood on your hands. Bleach me out your skin, wash your
belts are fucking crazy.
Love the harms. In comes the choir.
Izzy T loves her choir.
I do.
I love a good dropout. Soft section for the last.
I love the little guitar bits.
Oh my God, yeah. That's such a good, and it's like, it's kind of a bit of a fake out because you think it's going to go into a final chorus, but then it's just so cool that it just ends on that soft part. And then, yeah, like you said, the soft guitar.
Yeah, I really wanted to make a statement with the ending. These are the dark days our mothers always feared, fighting for so long. How come we're still here? And then instead of giving people a chorus, just giving them the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of very symbolic way to compose the song and to end it. That opening line, which I'm going to read here, is just fucking bananas. A flower in your vase, living for your gaze. When I wilt and get too heavy, cut me down in shame. That's just, I mean, like you said, the pen game was strong.
The pen game was strong with this one.
And I love that because women are often referred to as flowers, and it's sort of perverting that comparison into like a negative in a way, which I just think is very cool. It's like, yeah, a flower is beautiful, but you treat it as just something to look at and then throw away once you're done with it.
Exactly. Like flowers are beautiful, women are beautiful, but then they're picked.
Yeah.
They're put in a vase to enjoy, and then when they like start maturing or getting older, or wilting in any way, sometimes they're just
away.
disregarded and thrown out like they're trash. Women and flowers are treated in very much the same way.
Yeah, that metaphor is just incredible, truly, to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, the whole, obviously the lyrical theme of the song is, sort of female empowerment and the struggles that females face. But in the video, which you'll see if you're watching this, but I'll describe it. The video is all these women laying on a floor.
All these
and there's
amazing women that laid on a very cold floor.
Right. Probably for a long time filming. So shout out to all the actresses that were in that video. And there's a man in a suit kind of going around and moving them and, trying to sweep them up and stuff. And then at the end, they all get up and beat the shit out of him, basically. And another sort of subtle touch that I really liked was that you had women of all sort of ages in there to sort of, I assume, show that it's women at every stage of life deal with this kind of stuff. Which is, once again, just like, I love those like little small nods to, different ideas, especially in music videos.
Honestly, that's one of the things that really shocked me about America, how disrespected women and the LGBTQ community are extremely disrespected
Oh yeah.
and disregarded, and almost like they're almost trying to wipe us out. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's insane. I mean, there's a lot great about America, and there's a lot of great people here, but
100%,
there's also a lot of really horrible people in this country. I mean, just to say it flat out, you know, I mean, we don't have to get too into politics, but
with crime scene, I felt like there was an importance to highlight the femicide epidemic. There's a woman that's being harmed or killed every 10 minutes by her family member or her partner.
Yeah.
And girls can be killed just for saying no.
Yeah.
And
the most statistically dangerous place for women is at home, which is in America, which is actually, I think that's global. That's a global statistic, I believe, which is horrible.
It's terrifying.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I have friends. I don't have one female friend that hasn't experienced any form of sexual harassment or assault. I don't have one female friend that hasn't experienced that.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way.
No, not at all.
I'm just highlighting that the statistic is mainly women, and it's not
absolutely.
It's not all men, but it's basically nearly every woman.
So as you've sort of alluded to, you're you do a lot of activism work as well. I know I read one of your previous interviews that you, I don't know if you still do, you used to go to schools and perform at schools and, you know, speak about inequality and things like that.
Yeah, so I used to do it a lot when I was in the UK. I'd basically be, I'd go around the UK and go to secondary schools, high schools, and talk about equality and why feminism has to exist, and mental health, anti-bullying, because as I said, bullying is really bad in a lot of schools at the minute, and just things like that, safety online. But I would open with a few of my songs, and then once I've got their attention, then I really just sit down and have a talk with them. And I think that it was really powerful because I'm not a teacher. You know, I'm not Susan from The Office who dresses different to the kids. Like, I kind of miss it sometimes because you really felt like, I really felt like I was making a difference to kids' lives. Young girls would approach me with their stories of being assaulted, sometimes even by their parents, and I would really have to hold back the fucking tears, dude.
Right.
And young boys would come up to me and say, "Thank you, I've been bullied all my school life, but you really give me hope, and I want to learn guitar." And that's something else that I miss about home, but I'm sure I'll get the opportunity to do that here. You know, when I have the time, I love giving back to the community and just sharing my story and just letting the kids know that the kid with big frizzy hair and the glasses and the retainer and the monobrow can grow up and
be very powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's amazing, and it's awesome that you sort of, your personal convictions sort of bleed into your music, and it seems like they sort of feed off of each other, that, you know, your music sort of empowers you to be more active in the world, and then that obviously, I assume, leads to, you know, more music and more inspiration to make art. And I just think that's just really fucking cool. And the world, you know, once again, not to be cheesy, but I think the world, you know, especially right now, really does need people like that. So
thank you. Yeah, it needs some up.
It needs a lot of stuff. But it's certainly
it needs something. But I always think, you know, what can you first give to yourself? Because you can't give without being okay yourself.
And an empty sack cannot stand on its own. It's a Haitian proverb. And also, I believe, written on Tom Morello's guitar.
I love Tom Morello. He's one of my favorite
he's the
guitarists.
best. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Tom, if you're watching
Tom, if you're watching this, first of all, come on the show sometime. I'd love to have you. And second of all, we love you. We're both big fans.
And thirdly, we're doing a fucking no, seriously, like Tom Morello, I love I love the way he plays, but I also love the notes that he doesn't play. Because he doesn't just wank the guitar all the time.
No, yeah.
It's really, he's a tone nerd.
Yeah.
And you can
he's
tell.
A tone, yeah. No, I agree. You don't need to, he has, Bulls on Parade is literally one of the most iconic riffs of all time. And it's dead simple. It's 2 notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like you said, his spacing, the way he plays, the tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's how he creates iconic guitar, licks, riffs, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy, unfortunately, we have to get out of here. This has been fucking amazing. I feel like we could just talk we could do like a 4-hour podcast, I feel like.
We could.
This has been awesome. You're an incredible vocalist, incredible songwriter.
Thank you. You're an incredible host.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. We're big fans here, and we're looking forward to whatever you do next. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Izzy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
This was so much fun. All right, folks, we'll see you next time. Bye. That was awesome.